Fine. So in our last class, what we have seen that let's go to the last slides. Okay. So we were talking about the how we can provide the different way for the search help. So different way of providing the search help we have seen in our last class. So this was the topic which we have discussed yesterday, search help. And in this this is the program which we were talking about yesterday, and we have seen how with the help of match code object also directly we can use the search help, right? This is nothing but a search help, a standard search help. Your own custom search help also you can put it over here after this match code object clause. Okay, after this keyword you can put the search help name over here, so that will for this particular parameter automatically that search help will be applied, that we have seen in our last class now. And I have shown you with the help of function module also how you can uh, apply the search help. One more famous function module is that where if you are going to use, you don't have to use this read table and all this extra statement. It will automatically put the value in the parameter. Okay, so what I mean to say that just activate this one, and here match code object I'm giving, right? So let's have a other part of the program. I'm just going to copy as a program number 31, copy local object, and unnecessary code just I'm going to remove. This is the parameter, let it be, this will be required, and this one also I will remove from here. Parameters and all is now not required. Okay, so the code is now very straightforward. You can see that one parameter I have defined, and for this is the after the match code object, this is the search help I have used. Okay, if even you don't use this particular function module, just I have commented this function module, I'm using this search help object over here after the match code object, and you can see that it is providing me the search help because I'm using that particular match code object. After that match code object, automatically it is coming over here. That's what the meaning of match code object. Fine. Now I'm going to remove this match code object. Okay, give the full stop, activate it, press F8, and here you can see there is nothing coming. But I'm going to enable now this at selection screen. Just we are revising the study session, nothing more. At selection screen on value request for p_matnr. As soon as I enable this statement, you can see that search help has enabled over here. But the thing is, nothing will happen over here as there is no logic, nothing. That's why nothing happened. So what we have done, that we have written some piece of code with the help of this function module. So most of the time you are going to use the function module or class method. You don't have to put your extra mind over there. Just you should know how you can use the function module, and all the big thing, all the complex thing is going to be done by the function module or the class method. Okay, so mostly function module or class method you are going to use. Okay, so as of now we have understood about the function module, so we are just using the function module, and most there are substitute for almost many for many function module there are substitute as a class method, because a class is a object oriented concept, and now the industry shifting towards the object-oriented concept. SAP is also recommending to use the object-oriented concept in development as that provides lot of flexibility, lot of reusability, lot of another benefit like inheritance, polymorphism, right? So in that scenario, that OOPS concept, like object oriented concept, becomes very important. Okay, but there in method, in class method also, you can use all this when you are going to define the class method. In that class method, you can use all this traditional concept, this all this syntax you can use over there. So whatever we are learning over here, everything is meaningful. Okay, it will help us to learn the class concept, object concept, oops concept. Okay, fine. So just okay. So now this I have enabled over here, and you can see that with the help of this function module and with the help of this piece of code, we are able to fetch the data, right? Whatever 442 is there and 442 is coming now. Now what I want, I don't want to write this extra code. So we have a function module. There are many function module for different purpose, but the one which is going to be used frequently, just we are discussing about that. Okay, so here you can, if you observe over here, in this, if you observe in the existing one, what we are doing that, here I'm passing the table name and here I'm passing the field name. It's going to this particular field of this particular table and checking if there any search help attached or not. If search help is attached, accordingly you are getting the data based upon the search help, right? If search help is not attached, then whatever you are going over here, it will consider that particular search help. Okay, now I want, in my program, I want to feed some data, okay, and I want to show as a search help. For example, this material number, here mtart we have used, right? Here mtart I have used. Let me show you once again. Press F8, and here you can see that multiple way of selecting the material we are having. Why? Because our search help has been designed like that. That's why we are getting the multiple way. Now I want in the program itself, I want in the program itself, what happened? Just a second. Yeah. So I want in the program itself, to provide the list of material as a search help. Okay. Not, I don't want to use this particular search help or some specific material as a search help I want to provide, right? So this is a very much a valid scenario that if you want to provide some specific data as a search help, let's suppose here as a Matner is our material number. I'm just considering the material number as because I have used the in the parameter I have used the material. So just I'm taking material and material table is Mara, right? So Matner from Mara into table it underscore Matner just I'm using. Okay. So the another function module what we'll have to use, just comment this one, and whatever the data is going to come into this particular internal table, that internal table I want to populate. Okay. So now check the syntax, activate this one, and now we will write some code to call this particular function module. So we have one more function module, a for if int table value request. This is the function module actually. A for if int table value request. Okay, if we're going to use this one, you don't have to write this particular read statement. Automatically data will be populated over there. Okay, here just observe some parameter you have. What is this return field? Okay, what is this? return field. Return field is nothing but, suppose if we're going to I will show you return field. Okay, as of now, just get this value over here as a return field. Control V, put in a capital. Okay, Control U, press after selecting, automatically it will become capital. And here din programming, this din pro number, right? Let's enable this one. So what is the program name? Our program name is nothing but, so what you can do, you can hard code or you can give the system variable sci arip id. Okay, and the program, the screen number, we can give dynamically sci dynr. Okay, this is the screen number. So these fields we have passed it over here, din pro, din pro number, and one more field we are having din pro field. So whatever the field on the screen you want to populate, that field name you have to pass it over here. So what is the name of that particular field? Name of that particular field is nothing but p underscore matnr. Okay, so you have to keep it inside the single quote. Okay, you have to put it inside the single quote and just make it in uppercase. Okay, otherwise it may give you the error. Okay, now we are exporting these four fields. These four fields are important, so just we have passed. If you want to pass some Windows title, that also you can pass. So some search, custom search help, you can custom right over here, custom search help, something like that. Value org, this value underscore org, C stands for column. Okay, C stands for column, and there are two possible value for this value underscore org, C or S. S stands for structure, C stands for column. So you can see that it underscore matnr is my internal table. Okay, so because this is the internal table, obviously this will behave like a, it's a reference to a structure which is having a field matnr. So what I will do, I will use over here as a structure. Okay, other thing is not important, just remove this one, remove this one, and stepl, all these things you can remove. If you want to check what all these fields are about, you can go and check into the documentation. So how to go and check into the documentation, I have shown you yesterday. Now also you can go and check. Okay, just save it. What you have to do, double click over here. Okay, and here you will see, so you will go inside the function module first. By double clicking on this function module, you will go inside this function module, and there you will be having the function module documentation. It will be nicely documented what is the meaning of each field. You can see value underscore org, S stands for structure. So it is telling this option should be used for new developments despite other default values. Value underscore tab is an internal table with flat structure every line. So it is telling about whatever the field is there, DDK structure, return field, what is the meaning of return field, p-val key. So all these are the important parameter which is required to understand. For that, this particular documentation has been provided. So if you want, you can go and check for some specific field or some specific requirement. Okay, now just go back, and I have to provide one internal table so that it can collect the value over here. Okay, so this internal table, uh, this internal table is nothing but this table it underscore matner. So whatever value you want to populate as a search help, you have to pass it over here. That's it. Other you can remove. Okay, or this return underscore tab also, if you want, you can put it, or automatically now it will if you are going to give this return field, this din programming, all these things, if you are going to maintain, then automatically the material number will be selected and put in that particular parameters. So you don't have to use this return tab and all, but you have flexibility. You can use this return underscore tab as well. Okay, so return underscore tab, if you want, you can use, you can define the variable for return underscore tab. So how to define for this return underscore tab? Here is the type. Just I will use this one. I will create one. Yeah, it's already there, right? So I will use this it underscore return internal table and I will put it over here. It's not mandatory in this case, and it's good to enable the exception. So you can enable din pro mapping. I'm just going to remove field underscore tab also we can remove. Fine. So these are the things we are having. Petty printer and check the syntax now. Activate this one, activate. Okay, you can see other code is now commented. This is the there. Now just run this and press F4. You can see that all the material is coming. Only the material is coming. Only one option you are having, right? Because all the material you are selecting from the Mara table and providing as a search help. Select this 199, okay, and press F8. You can see the 199 is automatically coming. You don't have to write the code, right? You don't have to write the code. So once again, I will show you. Press F8 and come over here. 57 I'm selecting this time. Press 57, okay, and press F8. You can see I have not used any read statement or something like that. Automatically the value is getting selected. So this is how also you can use. Okay, once again I'll just show you one more point over here. I told you about this it underscore return tab. Let's observe over here. You can see that one record which I have selected from there, it is there, right? This 48. So though it is not required in this case, because automatically it is coming, but if you would not be providing this particular return field and din programming, then that will not come. Okay, then that will not come. This automatically it will not be populated. All this din programming, this din pro number, din pro field, if we're not going to give, these are the mandatory field you have to provide in order to get automatically populated. So if we're not going to provide this one, it will not automatically populated. Okay, so in that case you can use this it underscore return. Okay, in that case you can use this it underscore return. Here if you want, you can just disable this one, not required. Okay, now what I want to share with you over here, that this return field is material number. What is the meaning of this return field? Meaning of this return field is nothing but say, suppose if we are going to use two particular field here, material number, and we have MTART, two fields. So directly one more field I'm adding over here. Check the syntax. Some error is there. Into table at the rate of, okay, comma I will have to use over here because we're using the new syntax, right? Here inline declaration I'm using. So in the new OpenSQL, you have to give the comma in between two field. That's why the system is telling, right? You can read over here. If host variables are escaped using at the rate, new OpenSQL must use throughout. This including this includes using commas as separators for list. Okay, so that's what it is telling. So no problem, I have given this comma now and it is now activated, right? Now press F8 once again and press F4, and you can see that this time you are having the two material number and material type, right? You can see here material number and material type both is coming, right? Both is coming. So come over here and now come, and here you can see that whatever you are going to select from here, you are having the two field which should be populated over here, which should be populated over here. Can any one of you tell me which will be populated? It will populated material over here, or it will populated material type over here? How it will be decided? It will be,
Material, like.
yeah, yeah, it will populate material, because what's the reason behind that? Because I'm,
Because we have put it
yeah,
in a different.
yes, return field. We have put the value in the return field as a material number. If we're going to push the MTART over here, it will return you the MTART, that means material type. Okay, so that is the thing over here. This return field, that's the meaning of return field. Fine. Another topic we are having is this we have completed using this function module. Match code also we have seen. Let me mark it in a green. There was one more topic. Okay, ranges and difference between ranges and select option. We will discuss in our coming chapter. Let's discuss this one. Select a screen push button. Okay, selection screen push button. What is selection screen push button? So on selection screen, let me copy this syntax. Okay, and this is the syntax we will have to use if you want to give your push button on the selection screen. Okay, so what I mean to say that, press F8 over here, and here you want to put some push button on the selection screen. Here you want to put some push button so that you can, if you click on that particular button, what it should do. So let's define one requirement. So my requirement is, what I will do that I will get the MTART. Okay, MTART material type, and based upon the material type I will get all the material number populated. Okay, based upon that material type I will get populated all the material number. Okay, just this is the requirement, and we have to display on the next screen. Okay, so here let me define this mtart now. Type char4, right? This is of char4, and here this is fine. Now it's okay. So let's check, edit and check what's the problem. P underscore m matnr mtart from mara into table. This is fine. P underscore matner is unknown. That's true. P underscore matner where I'm using, yeah, P underscore mtart now it will be right, because the parameter I have changed over here, right? P underscore mtart. So there is no meaning of giving value request for this. It is not there. This parameter does not exist. That's why the system is telling. Check the syntax now. Activate this one. Activate. Press F8. Press F4. And this time, if you see that, this material type will be populated over here, right? Because in the return field I have given. Now what I want to give a push button over here, and if I click on that push button, it should display the list of material for that particular material type which has been selected. So for that purpose we have the we have selection screen. This is the syntax. Selection screen will have to give the parameters. No, push button. Actually, push button, you have to give the name of the push button. So p underscore but. So this is a kind of button type. Let me check the syntax, or you can just press F1 and you will get the syntax. Okay, so push button, selection screen, come over here, selection screen, push button, user command. So here position and all is given over here, so you can give the position after which position it should come. This is for new line, right? This is a position low, this is for the position high, that's fine, and this is the length. Okay, fine, and this is the button underscore text. Okay, so this is how we can define the push button. Let me copy this one. Control V, and this is the push button. What I will do that, remove this till here. I'm going to remove, so you can remove this one, this position after 20 space from beginning. I want to display length of this, maybe I can keep at the 50 characters. The button is called text, we can define text a hyphen 001 will give some text for this 001, or you can just put inside the single quote uh, push button or display material, and display material based on selected material type, right, based on mtart. So mat type, like that I have thus defined this push button. And here you have to give some user command. User command is nothing but some function code you must have to define. All right, if you remember, while while defining the GUI status, we were giving the function code. Similarly, for this particular push button, right, for this particular push button, we must have to give the function code. So the function code, just I am giving that click or something like that. Okay, click. So this is the syntax I'm just going to use. Check the syntax now. Okay, push button, possible causes of error including incorrect spelling, some problem it is showing. Okay, just a second.
Written, you have written two times.
Which one?
Uh, Line number 10.
Line
You have not
okay, okay,
removed.
yes, sorry. Okay, now check the syntax, and this time it is giving this zero. The name of the push button can be up to 8 character long. Okay, name cannot be more than 8 characters. So display material or something like display, I'm just going to give, check the syntax. Is it more than 8 characters? 437. Let's give like this, text hyphen 001. Check the syntax now, double click, and we will give the name of this text. Okay, so directly hard coding it is not accepting over there, or maybe I'm missing something. Okay, but the way I'm giving over there, it is not accepting. So this is one another feasible way how we can give. So display material based on the material type, based on the selected material type. Just save it and activate this one. Activate, just go back. Okay, activate. And now error when generating the selection screen, 1000 of report. Fine, some error is there, no problem, we'll check this one. Let me make it of a little smaller. This may be the problem. Check the syntax now. Syntax wise there is no problem. Okay, what is this error? Error when generating selection screen. This is some another error we are facing. This is correct for me. User command. Let me check what we have given over here.
User command without quotes, can we try? Without FC1. Just a guess.
Okay, check the syntax. User command value expected after user command. Okay, FC1 if I'm going to give. Some problem is there. Here I'm giving text user command val expected after user hyphen command. What's it meaning? No problem. Let's do one thing. what we will do that we'll go to the documentation, press F1, come over here, and it will be given some program over here at last. So what we can do that, you can see that begin of a screen, all these things that we are not interested. Button 1, the name has been written like in this. User command, this is that is fine. Selection screen, this we have given. So user command is CLI1, right? It is not in single quotes, that is true. And in a startup selection they have written like this. Okay, no problem. And here the icon also we can create. See here the icon also we can create. Okay, so I should come over here and I will give the name of this button maybe BOT or 1. The user command, I'm going to remove this one. Check the syntax now, and this time it is fine, right? Petty printer, activate this one, activate. But again, this is why its problem is coming.
Sir, this is the problem of the screen. Basically, they can I put that particular statement in the begin of a block? Maybe that's the
Begin of.
means a start of selection, begin of block B1, something like that one. The
Mhm.
statement which we are written.
I don't think so, but let me check. Selection screen, begin of block B1 with frame title text -001 and selection screen, end of block B1. That's it. Let's check. Yeah, okay. So under the block it's working, without block it is not working. Fine. So what I'm going to do, I will put all this inside the block. So Control X and or let it be like that over here. Activate once again, press F8, and here you can see that this display material based on the selected material type. Inside a block it is coming, right? That frame title is display material based on the selected material type. And some button text also we can give. So this button is over here, BUT1, right? And now maybe I think we can give the text -002, and let us check if it is, yeah. So now we can give the text over here, that display, just go little up, and this 2, I will copy the above one and I will put it over here. So it's of 12 character max, it is telling over here. So I will just increase the length, 100 I'm going to give, or 104 I will make it, copy it and paste it over here. I will give the frame title as a display material only, right? And here display material based on the selected material type. Just save it, activate this one, activate, press F3, and once again let's activate, press F8, and you can see that now display material is coming, display material based on the selected material type, right? Selected material type. P is not coming, I think maximum it is taking 100. Okay, come over here and just what I will do that I will select the material type from here, ROH. And now when I click on this display material based on the selected material type, what it should do that, so when you click on that, it will trigger the start of selection event. It will trigger a start of selection event. Put the breakpoint, okay, activate it, and let us check. that event is triggering or not. Okay, here I have put the breakpoint. Just activate once again. Press F8, press F4, and here ROH. Click on this button. It's not triggering anything. Why? Start of selection. Sorry, it's my bad actually. At user command you will have to give. At user command. This particular event you will have to use over here. Activate this one. Press F8 and just select this one mm01 and click on this button. Now also it's not triggering. What's the problem?
At selection screen.
At selection screen, is it? Yeah, we are taking the action on the selection screen, so this can also we can try once. Take this ROH. Yeah, this time it's triggering. So now whatever we are taking the action on the selection screen, that event is going to get captured on the at selection screen, not at user command. At user command will be there on the basic list. Once we are going to have the basic list, and when we are going to take the action on that, then at user command is going to get triggered. So at selection screen is the correct event over here. Now what we will do, that we will write the logic. What logic we'll have to write over here? So once again I will show you in the debugging that if you select this ROH and click on this button, that whatever the field you have, the push button name is, you can see the push button, double click over here for text underscore 002 is that, and the user command fc1 is there. Here if you see the sci-ucom, okay, so here fc1 is coming. So this fc1 is selected over here. So the same fc1, if you suppose multiple push button you are having with the different user command, if you are going to give the multiple push button, then you must have the different user command. Okay, so one is for displaying the material, it can be, or one is for displaying for suppose plant information, something like that if you have the requirement. Okay, so what you can do, that will just give that one so that it will be easy for us to differentiate. So 20 and 50 is over here, this is also fine, and just I will escape some, I will give some space. So selection screen escape 2 times, I will selection screen escape. So 2 space just I want to give in between, it's fine. And here user command I'm going to use the 2 instead of and here we will use the text 3, and in text 3 I'm willing to give the display plant. Okay, display so one we are trying to see all the list of material for that particular material type, right? And another I want to see that display material with material text, material with material text, just a dummy requirement we have, just to showcase how it's going to work it. Okay, and just press F8, and you can see that we are having now 2 push button over here. And if we're going to click any of the push button, this at selection screen event is getting triggered. And now what I will do, just simply write the logic over here. So at selection screen, at event at selection screen, here we can write now the logic to select the data based upon the material type. Okay, to select the material number based upon the material type. So control V, and I'm going to select the material number based upon the material type which has been there in the so this I will give different name because already I'm using the same name over here, right? So different name just I have give, and where condition we can pass mtart equal to the selected value. So selected value is nothing but p underscore mtart, right? This is what we have given, p underscore mtart. So based upon this, I'm going to get the material number. And here what you can do that you can put the loop at it underscore mat r1 into, okay. So do one thing, because material number and material text both I want to display, right? So material number and material text, this at selection screen, this particular execution we will just use if psi u com is going to equal to fc1, then I'm going to take this action, okay. In case of, and here loop at it underscore mat nr 1 into inline declaration, we can use wa underscore mat nr and end loop, okay, and format color 5 on format. So complete line I want to uh, do the color, okay. Complete line I want to do the colorful, okay. So format color 5 on, format color off, right. Next line wa underscore matnr hyphen matnr comma w underscore matnr hyphen yeah, single material we have, right? So no problem, only one field we are having. And in case of psi ucom equal to fc2, you have to get the data from the MAKT table, right? Based upon the inner join with the Mara table, so that you can get that, or you can use the for all entries, right? So I will just show you. So once again you will get you will be having the revision for the for all entries concept. Come over here, if and what we have, the second condition, else if just use this particular command over here, fc2 full stop, and select what you have to do, that select matnr and maktx from Mara, right? MAKT table actually, right? MAKT into table at the rate data it underscore text, something like that, for all entries in it underscore whatever the value is there, for those value only, if it is available in MAKT table, right? Or you can use the inner join also, there is no problem. It's a HANA system, okay. So even your normal system also, for two table there is no problem, inner join we can use, okay. So for all entries in this where matnr equal to it underscore matnr hyphen, right. uh, so we have written this query now, and just make sure that this particular value should be filled as a prerequisite, right? So control V, if not initial, it must have the value, okay. If it underscore matnr is not initial, means it must have a value, then only we'll have to do this. And if we can do, or else directly here you can write and this is not initial. Directly you can write, instead of writing a different if statement, directly we can put the and statement and we can write it like this. Fine. So we have written the code now. Check the syntax, and some error is there. Give the comma, select Matner. Okay, here you give the p underscore mtat. You can see this is the abab variable, so we have to use the host. Let me check some another. Here you'll have to give the comma. Now check the syntax now. in, yeah, here also you'll have to give at the rate, here also you'll have to give the at the rate. Now it should be fine. Activate this one, activate. So for ABAP variable means whatever the variable you have declared inside this ABAP program, before that you will have to use the at the rate. You can see it underscore text I have used in this program. So while open SQL, you have to push at the rate. it underscore maintainer I have declared in the program, right? You can see that I have declared over here using this data keyword. So I'm using at the rate over here. And here also this is the, so whatever your ABAP variable here which have declared, you have to use at the rate. This is the column field, right? Before this you don't have to use because this is not a variable. This is the database field. Fine, activate this one, it got activated. And this also you'll have to, right? This also you'll have to uh, do the loop and we'll have to print the data. So here also what I will do that, copy this and I'll paste this one, loop at, and instead of it underscore matnr1 I will keep this, okay, and here w underscore text I will write w underscore text, and maybe after 10 line and give the comma, and again after, no, so instead of use this comma over here, after 10 at 10 position I will start writing this material number, then give the comma, again w underscore text hyphen maktx, that's it. And format color, this time for this I will give the 6 maybe, and then that's fine, it's okay. Pretty printer, check the syntax, activate this one, activate, press F8, and first I will see this ROH. Based upon this ROH, display material number based on the selected material type, right? And press F8, nothing is coming. Why? Nothing is coming. At selection screen, we have used this one, that is fine. This is okay, 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 fine. So why it's not coming? Because all this, loop statement, it is whatever the we are writing, it should be under either start of selection or end of selection event, because just after at selection screen how the flow is there, if we know the flow of the program, how it goes, the flow of the program, if we're going to run this at selection screen, right? So just activate once and put the breakpoint somewhere, okay, and press F8, and if you click on this, you can see the flow of the program is there inside this at selection screen itself. It's not going to the start of selection, okay, because we have not written that start of selection. So automatically it's returning back from the start of selection. Just check this right statement, the right statement, it is there, right statement, but it is not under the start of selection, right? So you'll have to handle this particular situation, okay. Just come back and we will give the start of selection over here, and we will see if it is stopping over there or not. Check the syntax, activate this one, activate, and press F8 once again, ROH, and now again, even I'm giving the start of selection, if we are uh, putting the when I'm clicking on the at user command, right, it is not coming onto this start of selection. So how to handle this scenario, right? How to handle this scenario? Here you can see that display material, when I'm going to give the at right, like the when I'm using the right command over here, it's not displaying anything, right? You can see that it is not displaying anything. So how to handle this particular scenario? So we'll have to handle, because I'm giving over here, you can see the push button. So when I'm giving the push button, I want to print this data, but to print this data, the program flow should go to the start of selection. That's the important point. But program flow is not going to the start of selection. Then how to do? What's the how we can do? Then in scenario, you will have to design one more screen, and you will have to call that particular screen using the call screen option, and there you can display. So that we will see in the module pool program. But this is how what you can do, that you can display the you can use the push button. So if you don't have to display, just if you have to do some validation kind of stuff, right? So for writing, once you will understand the module pool concept, you will be able to do all this stuff. There will be no problem. But as of now, at least you can perform the validation, right, on add selection screen, because add selection screen event is going to get triggered, or else you'll have to use this particular option over here. Okay, so if you use this particular option, under the startup selection, if we're going to write this all this code, okay, copy this one, just copy everything, then that will work. But that push button will not work. Okay, you'll have to have some extra understanding. Okay, just remove this one. So we can remove now, but a startup selection, just we can write this particular, so come over here under the startup selection, say you come FC1, this is fine. Remove this select command from here, just I have to print it out. Okay, pretty printer, check the syntax. It underscore matnr1 is unknown. Why? It underscore matnr1, it is declared over here. It is declared at selection screen, right? Okay, okay. So one more problem is here. You can see that it underscore matnr1 is not initial. Okay, so actually the scope of that variable is inside this at selection screen only. It seems like that. I'm not sure. Let me check why it's telling is unknown. It underscore matnr1 is unknown. It's not considering. Why? This is under start of selection. At selection screen, we have written this, we have defined it. Okay. Then in this case, again, what we'll have to do, that you will have to define this particular internal table globally. Okay, and then you will have to use here also and here also. Okay, here also, then it will work. So just I will show you once, and remaining you can do. So come over here and it underscore matner 1, let's define that one. Okay, types begin of ts underscore matnr1, and we can give the matnr type matnr, and then we can give end of ts underscore matnr1 full stop, and then what we'll have to give the data it underscore matnr1 type table of ts underscore matnr1. So this is the internal table we have declared, right? Copy this internal table, come over here at selection screen, that is fine here, and remove this at the rate data not required now. Okay, and it's it actually, and here also, and this is fine now. Okay, this is fine. Check the syntax now, there is no problem. Activate this one, activate, press F8 and give some value, and here you can see that display material based on the selected material type, right? If you press F6, the data will be stored in this particular table, it underscore matnr, and this loop you can remove from here. Okay, but you are having the data into it underscore matnr1 as of now also. Okay, again you can see that at selection screen is getting triggered because I have pressed F8. That's how the F8 is going to get work. And here is start of selection, we are using this write statement, format color on. Why it's not coming? It should actually go to the what I'm trying to do as usual, because here I'm using the user defined button I'm using over here. Okay, so when I'm using the user defined button, even under the start of selection it is not going to print. Okay, so it seems like, I'm not sure, I need to check this one. Okay, that when I will call in that situation, I'm sure that when you are going to call any screen, and in the PBO we will see all this stuff, but here also you can see that this write is not working when we are going to use this particular push button on the screen. Okay, when we are going to use this particular push button, then it's not working. Okay, it's not working. So here how to handle, I don't know at this point of time, I need to check this particular thing. Okay, but with the help of a screen we can handle that, we will see in module pool, so no problem. We will start the new topic. uh, yeah, anyone is telling something, any input over here, if you have some idea how we can write.
Yeah, we need to initialization that function codes in initialization event.
Okay, you want me to which function code? This function code, right?
Actually, you need to capture that ucom value into the local variable and then pass it to the startup selection. Because when you move into the screen, the ucom will change. So you are capturing in that ucom in the touch selection screen, right? You take the touch selection screen ucom and pass it to the local variable so that when the screen is loading, the ucom value won't change.
Just a second. So you mean to say that flow is going just data, it is not printing, right?
Yes. But because the system always, move out.
Yeah, because it's
What you do in the sense, yes. If
it's
there is
blank,
no
correct?
SciUcom value, right? Yes. You take the SciUcom value in the selections, startup at selection screen and pass it to some local variable, and then use that local variable in the if condition. It
Okay.
will work out.
Yeah, I got your point. I got your point. Yes, that way we can do. That way we can do. Yes, so we can put that value of psi ucom into that fc1 into some variable. So what Madhu is trying to tell over here, let me show you. The psi ucom at selection screen, we are having this event at selection screen. Come over here and we will declare one global variable. Just first come over here and declare one global variable, data gv underscore ucom, something like that. Type psi ucom pt printer, check the syntax, copy this global variable, come over here, and when we are putting the at selection screen, control v psi ucom, yes, pt printer, and now this variable we have to compare. So like that we can handle, yes, like that we can handle. Okay, it's fine now, and similarly here we can use. Okay, so this is one workaround we can, this is one way we can use, and this should work. Press F8 and come over here, ROH, display material based on the selected material. So now because I have clicked over here, so data would have been filled over there in that global variable. Now press F8 and let us see gvucam, it's a onli. Okay, it's not FC1, so we'll have to handle it differently, right? Press F8 and we will see how we can handle this, because ONLI is coming. Why ONLI is coming? Because I'm pressing on this F8. When I'm pressing on this F8, all this statement is going to get run. SciUcome is equal to FC1. Okay, so here instead of writing it over here, what I'll have to do, I will have to put inside this or put inside this. Petty printer, check the syntax, activate it, activate. So now it should work. Press F8, select, click on this, and now press F8, and this time you can see that FC1 is captured. Why? Because I have put inside this. Earlier it was outside of this if statement. Okay, so when I was pressing F8 at that time also this was getting, and current SciUcome is what? ONLI. Current SciUcome is ONLI because I have pressed on F8. Okay, that got overwritten. Okay, now if you press F8, this is the material number it is showing, because it is getting some data to be displayed. Fine, so good. In module pool we will see its extension, how we can handle this. Okay, or if I will get how in this particular at selection screen itself, or without handling this is one way that how we can do. But you know, I need to check, like after clicking on this directly without using module pool, means without using some extra screen, how we can handle this one. If you are also able to find, just share with us in the group. Okay, uh, okay, fine. Just go back and go to the PPT. I will just mark this function code and I will put it over here. Note that need to find out. I have every time using the screen. Okay, so while using the screen there is no problem, just you have to use the call screen and that's it. It will just call and then it will be able to show you. So need to find out how directly, by clicking on selection screen itself without any other screen, it should display the data. You also check, I will also check. Okay, fine, just activate this one, go back. If we get some way, then it will be good, otherwise we have another option already. Fine, so we will start the ALV report. It's a very important topic, ALV report. Come to this ALV report, and this ALV stands for ABAP list viewer. ABAP list viewer. So some people tell it advanced list viewer also, but generally, it's a ABAP list viewer. So you have seen that every time I'm using the right statement to display the data, right? Every time I'm using the right statement to display the data. Okay, but if you have observed, ALV ALV1, click on the save button, local object. Okay, but if you every time I was using the right statement to display the data onto the output screen. Let's go to some table, and for example, if I'm going to open this Mara table, you can see that a nice output is coming over here, right? Beautiful output in form of, you can see that how nicely it is coming. So we can also display the output where header will be there, we will be having the, this label will be there, and we will be having the output like this. right? So instead of using the write statement in form of this, also we can display the output. Here we will get some extra functionality as well. What extra functionality? You can see that we are having the sum option, we have the filter option. When we are going to write the, using the write option, when we are going to display such kind of option, we don't have, right? Such kind of, you can import in the Excel also. So these are the extra functionality. This representation is nothing but the ALV representation, the representation in the ALV format. Okay, so here sorting, searching, filtering, sum, right, printing, and in Excel directly you can view this output in Excel also. Directly you can call the Excel. This output will be shown in the Excel. You can download in the different format. You have the different format option over here to download. Different layout option also you are having. You can see the different layout. SAP has given you user specific, global, all. So in ALV, SAP has given the layout. Layout means if you want to select these fields only every time, whenever you go and execute this Mara table and you want to see the content, you can customize the layout. That's the meaning of layout. Okay, so you want to create your user specific layout, you can create the your user specific layout also. Okay, so in ALV you will be having the option to create the user specific detail for any some particular field. If you want to see the detail, you can see that it is coming in the detail in this format. So tons of option is there when we are going to use the ALV, that means ABAP list viewer. Okay, so when we talk about the ABAP list viewer, it is of two types generally. Okay, when you talk about the ABAP list viewer, it is of two types: ABAP list viewer. Okay, so maybe we can make it little larger. Just a second, it got hanged. Yeah, so this is the ABAP list viewer. So now in this ABAP list viewer, that what I'm trying to tell, that in this ABAP list viewer, we are having two types. One is the normal list and another is the grid list in the grid format. Okay, list in the grid format. One is the normal list and another is the grid list. What is the normal list and what is the grid list? What's the difference between them? If you want to check that, go to /n SC16N SC16 transaction. It's easy for there to show me. Okay, here you can see that Mara is there. Let me check if it's going into dump. No problem. We will check some another table. It's a system problem actually, MAKT, and here it's working fine. So we'll consider this MAKT table. Okay, so actually this is the option for the list. You can see that list, this is the list. It is not coming in the grid format. Okay, so how you will see, how you will realize that this is in list format or grid format? You'll have to go to the settings, go to this user parameters, and here you have the option. One is SC16 standard list, another is ALV list, and another is ALV grid display. Okay, so SC16 standard list, that is fine. This is more or less same to this ALV list. I'm just explicitly selecting this ALV list and I will show you. Click on this OK button, press F8, and here you can see this is nothing but your ALV list. Okay, ALV list, this is how it is appearing, your ALV list. And if you observe over here, just go down, go down, go down, right? Everything is loaded, everything is loaded in one go. This 200 record is loaded in one go. Okay, now just go back And this time I will go into settings one again. I will go to user parameters and I will select this ALV grid display. Okay, click on this OK button and press F8. Here you can see this time, you can select all this column in one go, all this column in one go, all this column, all this column, all this column in one go. This selection was not enabled in the ALV list, right? This many feature is there, right? This change layout, another downloading in the Excel format. In list also it will be there, but some extra feature here you can drag and drop to the left, to the right. Okay, you can drag and drop like in Excel. Okay, you can see I'm dragging and dropping, right? You can select the multiple field and you can put at right. Okay, you can put at right. So the drag and drop, drag and drop option will be there. Some extra option is there, but here the problem what you will face, that is it's a very beautiful, very nice, but it will not come without cost. What is cost? It will take the extra memory. It will take the extra memory. How you will see? Go to this MARC, because this MAKT is the small table. I'm not able to show you that how it's consuming the extra memory. So I'm going to this MARC table. Okay, go to this settings, user parameters. ALV grid display is already selected. Fine. Press F8, and once you press F8, you can see that this some option is coming differently, right? You can see it's not refreshed already, it is taking some time, right? Then it is getting refreshed. So this is due to one technology called ActiveX control. Okay, this is happening due to the technology called ActiveX control. So whatever the screen is visible, it will try to display the data only for that screen, because this grid technique uses the ActiveX control. Okay, that's why you are not you are able to drag and drop and all these things, and that's why you are able to see so beautiful, so nice, different color and all, right? So it uses the ActiveX control technique, and it consumes a lot of memory. Okay, it consumes a lot of memory at the presentation server, and that's why it is slow also, right? When first time I was loading and I was going to the different pages, it was trying to, you can see that it is trying to load that particular value on that particular page. Okay, so it is not good from the performance point of view, but since there are many functionalities there, so based upon your requirement, just if you have to see the data in one go, just go to setting, go to user parameter, use this ALV list. It's good. If you want to just see the data, you don't have to drag and drop. Everything will come populate in one go. ALV list, there is no refresh, nothing. Everything is already there over here. You don't have to refresh every time, but there you will have to refresh. But here you will not be able to select in one go all these things. Sorting and all these things is there. Okay, even you can download this data by going to the system over here, go to this list, go to the save. Okay, click on the save button and local file, so you can download this data in the Excel format and all, there is no issue. But this is the different between these two, normal list and grid list. So tomorrow we will list down the differences between this normal list, and first we will see the normal list and then we will see the grid list using the function module. There are several function modules that we are going to use in this ALV report, and there are many functionality that is going to get used over here. One by one we will see. Okay, so let's meet tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. We have 2 days. In 2 days we will complete this normal list or some part of grid list. So next week this we will try to complete this ALV chapter. Okay, then we will go for the BDC, BAPI, and after that maybe we'll go for the smart form and LSMW, and then after we will go for enhancement at last. And again at last, or just before enhancement, we'll learn about something basic idea about the class concept, the oops concept, and then we will go for the enhancement. Okay, so with this let's stop over here, and We will meet tomorrow. If you have any question, feel free to ask, feel free to discuss over here. Okay, any other question? So we are having some, Shiva has shared one link for the push button handling. Let me check that link. Push button on a map selection screen. That's fine. Add selection screen. Yeah, this is a simple scenario. Our requirement is to, like, when we click on this button, it should display the data, right? It should display the data. That's the our requirement. Here there is no write statement, simply it's a message, right? So actually I'm not looking for this, I'm looking for the write statement. Okay, so that I will be able to display. Is it possible? Like, I'm not sure, I've never used that one. Just I need to check. You also, you can check, right? Fine. Any other question? File handling, we will discuss this file handling. Madhu, on the application server part, we will discuss this file handling, you know. So this we will discuss in our coming classes after this. Maybe once we'll complete the ALV, first we will try to complete this file handling, and then we will go for the BDC, BAPI and all. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the assignment part and see that. Go to assignment. So in assignment, what we will have to do, the first requirement is uh, come over here and selection search help based on the uh, search help using different function module, right? Using a different function module. I've just shown you that function module, right? You'll have to use that particular function module. I will copy from there the name of the function module. Use this function module and use in your program to get the data. Okay, come over here and I'll paste it in activity 1. And yesterday I think no one has completed any assignment, right? uh,
Yes, sir.
no one has completed, right? Yesterday no one has shared any assignment in the group.
No, sir.
I didn't,
Okay.
I didn't got yesterday's video, sir, so I couldn't complete the assignment.
Oh, okay, okay. So I will upload the videos today, and please complete the assignment. Okay, so use,
Okay.
yeah, I will upload today. Use this below FM to populate the data for a parameter, right? Parameter, you can take any parameter, and for that parameter you can use this. Automatically it will populate the data. You automatically it will select and put the data into the parameter. Use the below FM to populate the data for a parameter. Okay, as a search help, right? It will also work like a search help. So this search help, you'll have to implement the search help using this FM. Actually, this activity is you have to implement the search help using this FM. That's and the benefit of this, you know, the benefit, this one benefit of this is it will directly select the data. Okay, you don't have to write any read statement, or it will directly select the data. Fine. Another assignment, what you will do that use the push button and try to do the validation. Write a statement and all not required at this point of time. I will show you how to do that. Okay. Actually, when we go for the any interactive report, generally we prefer to go for the in such kind of scenario we prefer to go for the module pool program. Okay, so it's easy there to handle, because module pool is nothing but dialog programming. That means the screen programming, that is also known as a screen programming. Okay, so in activity 2, what you do is display a simple validation button for a material, suppose, and check if that material is valid or not. So instead of material, for PO type, display a button, take one parameter. First, what you do that in step 1, define one parameter, okay, of PO type. PO type means, I think it's AUART. Just check what's technical name, I'm not sure, AUART or what it is. So just you have to check. Table is, you can refer the table EKKO. Okay, table you can refer. I will just write it under the note. So table you can refer EKKO, purchase order table. Okay, this you can refer. There you will get one PO type. Okay, display a simple validation button for the PO type. Check if that material is valid or not. In the second step, what you have to do, cut this one and paste it over here. For this PO type, use the FM, this FM. Okay, so this two time, one is this activity do this one, and here also you use this one. Okay, for this PO type, use the FM this to populate all the PO type from table. There will be a custom table, so use that check table. Actually, don't get from the EKKO. You will get repeated data. So why to get the repeated data? If we have the check table, so a check table will be always having the unique data. Okay, because check table will contain the primary key, right? So primary key will be always unique. So AUART, some EKKO AUART, is it there or not? It's not there. I think BBAK table will have to BBAK table. Click on this table, AUART. BB. This one I was talking about, sales document type. That's not the PO type. It's a sales document type. Let me correct that. Dynamic, define one parameter PO type, not sales document type. This is sales document type, and the table is BBAK, sales order table. Sales order table. Okay, save it. Now here you just go to input check or help. This is the check table. Use this table to display all the sales order type. Okay, another table, check table, need to use this one. Okay, for that PO type. Display simple validation. For this PO type, use this function module to populate all the PO type from the table. Which table? The table just I have shown you. Get the data, get all the PO type from this TVAK table. Display simple validation button for PO type. Check if that material is valid or not. If it is not valid, you can display the message. If it is not valid, display the message that PO is not valid. Please enter some valid PO. Please enter some valid PO. So like that you can do. Okay, so this is the 2 assignment. Please complete by today. I will try to upload the this yesterday one. I will just upload in after 5 minutes. It will be there after it will take some 10 minutes like that to get upload. You can check after 10 or 15 minutes and complete the yesterday's assignment, and after 3 or 4 hours or 5 hours maybe, I don't know how much time it will take to convert, and accordingly I will upload. Fine. So from my side it is done now. If you have any question, feel free to ask, or let's
Sir,
stop us. Yeah.
push button. I have to take a screenshot of that.
Yeah.
assignment.
Yeah. Take the screenshot, please, everyone. Okay.
Push button also, sir.
Okay, this is the push button one.
Okay, sir.
Fine. Good then.
Yes, Pankaj,
Uh-huh.
Pankaj, yesterday spoke to Shiva. He gave good guidelines.
Uh-huh.
Actually, we need to first complete that our course properly. Then we'll move on